Hello Africa, it's your African girl again. Please, if you're watching this video on my YouTube channel, don't forget to like, leave a comment and you share. Same on Facebook, you share, give your own point of view on the comment section and you like. So tonight we want to talk about cholera. If you are in Cameroon, you must have heard about the outbreak of cholera in the southwest region of the country, especially in Limbe, specifically in Limbe. So we want to talk about this cholera tonight, its mode of transmission, possible prevention. So cholera is a waterborne disease, and also it is a foodborne disease that affects the intestines of man. It is an intestinal disease. So it is most prevalent in the regions of the world where sanitation is very poor. Sanitation is very poor. Water unavailable as well as contaminated food. So this onco-cholera is caused by a particular germ we call Vibrio cholerae. Vibrio cholerae that can be found in the feces of a sufferer. So how is this disease transmitted? I've heard from many people talk about cholera as a waterborne disease. Why they forget that it is also a foodborne disease. So this cholera can be transmitted by drinking water contaminated with the feces of the sufferer, as well as eating food contaminated with the feces of the sufferer. Also, it can be spread by oral secretions such as saliva. So when somebody is suffering from cholera and you happen to become in contact with the person's saliva, maybe through kissing, pets, and all the rest, you are likely to suffer from cholera. And also we have vectors of these diseases. Most unique is the housefly. A housefly is a vector of cholera that can transmit the disease from one person to the other. How? It can land on the feces of the sufferer made of the bacteria, and it carries it to your food or to your water, which if not treated, you take the two, you're likely to suffer from cholera as well. So I know most of you must have heard it as a waterborne disease, because when this thing occurred in Limbe, most people were talking about water. I never heard many people talk about oral secretions. I never heard people talk about foodborne disease. So this cholera, my dear people, is a highly contagious disease, which means it can be transmitted from one person to the other as fast as possible, if not properly taken care of. So when you ingest this bacterium, maybe through contaminated water, through contaminated food, what happens is this bacterium goes to your small intestines. It releases a poison or toxin, we call it chlorangine. This toxin digests the outer lining of your intestine, resulting into severe diarrhea. Severe diarrhea, posh belly, severe posh belly. That's the passing out of watery stool. The passing out of watery stool. This may be accompanied with acute abdominal pain as well as vomiting. So it is necessary to know the symptoms, because just 3 days ago I met a woman who was vomiting, who was suffering from diarrhea. Almost everybody wanted to run away from the woman. That is a cholera case. Myself, I wanted to run away, but I said no, let me also check, let me use my 2 koro eye to see if one case has been registered. So it is also very important for you to know the symptoms. So when I talk of diarrhea, now diarrhea is a symptom of so many diseases. So but with cholera, we describe cholera feces as rice water stool. It has the appearance of rice water. Rice, now when you wash rice, you look at the appearance of that rice water. That is how cholera feces looks like. That is why at times you call it rice water stool. And passing out frequent watery diarrhea result in loss of fluid in the body as well as electrolyte. If not properly taken care of, 50% of cholera patients they die. They die. That's why I say it is a lethal disease. It is a fatal disease that kills many, according to the World Health Organization. It kills many within a very short period of time, and it spread from one person to another as far as possible. So, if you have somebody you suspect the person is suffering from I'm very sorry, suffering from cholera, please, we have what we call oral rehydrating salt. It is recommended if the person is not yet unconscious, if the person is still conscious, make sure you dilute this oral rehydrating salt. That's how we call oral rehydrating or oral rehydration therapy. Yeah, you dilute this salt in tangy water or any mineral water. You give the person to drink as much as possible, should in case the person is still conscious. In case of unconsciousness, this one should be the work of medical personnel. As I'm already talking about, the person may be given a drip, the person may be given antibiotics like doxycycline and all the rest. So my more important point this evening is for us to look at how to prevent this cholera, the preventive measures. So the number one priority as far as preventive measures are concerned is the supply of clean water and proper drinking. Clean water and proper drinking. Now, true say black man no dey die dirty. Now, true say me African girl, we African, God be don't make am say black man no dey die dirty, but still yet we dey die. We see corona dey kill many of our brothers and sisters. So the supply of clean water and proper drinking is the number one priority for the fight against cholera. Secondly, some of una wey una don used to for the go shit for farmland, pick the can chop, the one the can chop, fly then the can bomb, woo for on top. Please make sure you properly dispose your physics. Use good latrines. Una stop for the go shit for farmland, shit for bad people there door, especially most of you una like drinking. So proper this, that's a second priority. And secondly, we must have learned that bacteria are sensitive to heat. So I urge your attention that you properly prepare your food and you eat it while it's still warm. I never said you should go and eat hot food. No go burn your test but can't say come get, don't say me go chop hot food. No, make sure you properly cook it to destroy any bacteria in the food. Make sure you also eat it while it is still warm. And secondly, boiling water before you drink is very, very important. I've already told you that bacteria, they are sensitive to heat. And cholera patients, please, should be isolated in the hospital. This is the work of medical personnel, because they are trained, they know the ethics on that field. So if you see a case, make sure we alert medical personnel to come and properly take care of. I know that we are Africans, so like our brothers and sisters, but in such a case, that's a contagious disease, please. Make sure you call for medical attention. And secondly, I've told you that housefly is one of the vectors of cholera. So we know that most of these localities in which you live on, you see somebody will build a house. This is a toilet, no door. This is a kitchen. One plank here, the other one here, the other one here. Then zinc. Then flies are leaving the toilet, vom, landing on the food. They leave the food, vom, they land in the toilet. Please make sure if you are living in such an environment, make sure you cover your toilet. Cover them very well. Properly keep them clean and you cover them very well, in such a way that you prevent houseflies from leaving the toilet to your kitchen. Pour all the javet there, cover the mouth, so that you also prevent cockroaches. Because if I were supposed to take you to a microscope to show you how a housefly will leave the toilet and land on food, you see particles of excreta. When they come and land, you don't even cover your food. You just come and you eat. Please make sure you cover your food. Cholera is a very bad sickle. As you see cholera, so me sep are the fear. So please, no matter the platform you watch this video, don't forget to chip in your own contribution, like and you share. It needs to reach somebody. Cholera is not only a waterborne disease. Cholera is also a foodborne disease. Cover your food, cover your toilet. We are in Africa, we know the type of environments we live in. So Health is wealth. It's your African girl. Thanks for watching.